leadership with all of the participants here, a bright future for our own country, for the continent of Africa.
And on the sidelines of the event, President Buhari will hold bilateral talks with the Saudi monarch, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, as well as King Abdullah II of Jordan.
Nigeria would seek a lot of opportunities with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. There will be discussions on investment, particularly in the oil sector. We have big projects that are awaiting funding. And the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has an enormously big sovereign wealth fund with huge sums of money available for investment. We hope we'll get them interested in projects like the AKK gas pipeline, Abuja, Ajaokuta, Abuja, Kaduna, Kano, investment in refineries, and a lot of these things. With the Jordanians, the focus has largely been on security. Some of the discussions we have had in the past actually were to have led to the delivery in Nigeria of thousands of tankers, military tankers. We hope that we'll advance that discussion and that some of those things we agreed with them will come to fruition.
The president will also participate in the high-level event titled What is Next for Africa, to discuss how will investment and trade transform the continent into the next great economic success story. From Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Adamu Sambu, NTN.
Still from presidency, President Muhammadu Buhari has written to the Senate requesting the confirmation of 16 nominees as board members of the Niger Delta Development Commission, with Pius Odubu as chairman. Elizabeth Umaru has more. We sincerely apologize for that. The House of Representatives has resumed plenary with lawmakers calling on the Nigerian Army to stop its proposed Operation Positive Identification, scheduled to commence on the 1st of November 2019. The House members, while debating the motion tabled under matters of urgent public importance by the House Minority Leader Ndudi Elumelu, noted that the operation, if allowed to be implemented, may lead to an infringement of the rights of citizens. Citing the need for the public to be sensitized through right consultation, the House urged the President to do a review of the situation, while the House Committee on Army would liaise with the Chief of Army Staff to develop what the House calls pro-people strategy of combating crime. Meanwhile, the Speaker, House of Representatives, Bemi Gbajabiamila, at the commencement of sitting, commended House members for their commitment and zeal during budget defense in order to meet deadline. Meanwhile, the federal government says it will continue to provide enabling environment for the successful implementation of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals across the nooks and crannies of the country. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo stated this at the opening ceremony of Second International Stakeholders Conference on Sustainable Development Goals, organized by the Civil Society Coalition of Sustainable Development, held in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital. Akim Jimo's report is presented from our studio.
The United Nations had in 2015 adopted 17-point agenda on sustainable development goals to make the world a better place for all. Since then, countries of the world, including Nigeria, had made progress in the implementation of the goals. To successfully attain this in all nooks and crannies of the country, stakeholders are holding the second international conference on SDGs in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, with the theme localizing the SDGs at subnational level in Nigeria, gains, opportunities, and challenges. While declaring the conference opened, Vice President Ted noted that government is evolving new techniques for the speedy implementation of the goals in all stratas of the society.
The EICP has three cardinal objectives: mapping the solid economic growth, investing in people, and building a globally competitive economy.
For others, including the representative of the Senior Special Assistant to the President on SDGs, government cannot do it alone, calling on relevant stakeholders to join hands with the progressives to make Nigeria better.
SDGs were one team and for participation in our inclusive agenda that transforms the concept and perception and it is expected the practice of development to be changed.
The high points of the event were the presentation of Ogun State Progress Survey Implementation Reports and the decoration of the wife of the Ogun State Governor, Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun, as SDG champion.
Thank you very much.
Contrary to insinuations that the federal government is out to gag and stifle the media, Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed has re-echoed that the rationale behind the action is just to sanitize the nation broadcast space. Anthony Fosun reports.
Ensure independence of the regulator from political interference, particularly with respect to the issuance and withdrawal of license and review of the NBC Code and extant broadcasting laws. There is also the upward review of fines from 500,000 naira to 5 million naira from breaches relating to hate speech, inciting comments, and indecency. While willful repeat of infractions after 3 consecutive fines will attract suspension of license, breaches of political comments relating to hate speeches and divisive comments is to be upgraded to Class A offense in the Broadcasting Code. The amendment of the NBC Act will, alongside other rules, enable NBC to license web TV and radio stations, while the Commission will be adequately provided with enough manpower to help it carry out its monitoring duties. Adequate monitoring equipment and technologies will be provided for the Commission, just as welfare of its staff will be enhanced. With a committee already working on the implementation of these presidential recommendations, Lai Mohammed said, contrary to insinuations, the reform is in the best interest of the nation. Apart from creating a level playing field for all stakeholders, plans are also underway to sanitize the social media space. The minister stressed that no amount of attacks which has been heightened since moves to sanitize the industry was made known will deter government.
We have absolutely no intention to stifle the media. We have no intention to gag journalists. But we do not want to equate hate speech with free speech. There must be a point where a nation must responsibly take action. Otherwise, it will simply see the very fabric society being torn apart.
He, however, called on well-meaning Nigerians to support the federal government, as the move, he said, is in the overall interest of the country.
No responsible government will sit by and allow the kind of things that go on our social media to continue. We've tried the last couple of years, we've preached self-restraint. We've preached that if they do not self-regulate, they will self-destruct. But I think it's going to a level that the government may not be able to just fold its arms and see the country being engulfed.
He, however, called on well-meaning Nigerians to support the federal government, as the move, he said, is in the overall interest of the country. In Abuja, Anthony Fosun, NTA News.
The Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, will collaborate with organizers of the Global Peace Pageant for a more peaceful and united Nigeria. This commitment was made during a courtesy visit to the NTA headquarters in Abuja. Victor Azu reports.
Peace and unity are mentioned, the Nigerian Television Authority becomes an automatic partner. This is in line with its mandate as a public broadcaster. It is in this vein that the management of the Global Peace Pageant Limited was warmly received on a courtesy visit to the NTA, particularly being a group of largely young people. They have been promoting peace for nearly a decade and want to expand their horizon. And so in the company of the reigning Miss Peace Nigeria, want partnership with the NTA to make more impact, especially the Queen's attempt to mitigate gender-based violence.
We are here to see how the NTA can continue to partner with us in terms of media coverage and media partnership, technical support. With your strong media partnership, those financial supports can come.
Trust the NTA to always be part of anything that will make Nigeria better.
It's a laudable venture which the NTA is ever ready to give you support as to these initiatives and the corporate social responsibility which you stand for.
Another area of interest for the organization is the promotion of corporate social responsibility. In Abuja, Victor Azo, NTA.
Suspected cases of monkeypox disease have been recorded in parts of Akwa Ibom State. Commissioner for Health, Dr. Dominic Upong, who made this known, says healthcare workers are on alert. Nsika Okun completes the story.
Person comes with severe headache and fever. 3 communities in Parayen local government areas, Ikora Paden, Ikorenin, and Ndun, have so far recorded causes of the disease. Dr. Dominic Upong said monkeypox is a rare variant. The Akwa Ibom State Ministry of Health, through Public Health Department, have activated its infectious control procedure to control the epidemic and has successfully confined it to the affected local government areas.
Sensitized the healthcare workers at all the health facilities in identification, management, and reporting. So they are reporting correctly the cases.
It could be recalled that on October 24, 2019, 93 suspected cases have been reported in Nigeria, 43 confirmed, with 1 death reported in Lagos State. In Uyo, Nsika Okun, NTA.
The news continues after this timeout. Don't go away. Thank you for staying with us. And if you just join us, this is NTA Channel 12 News. And now to other reports. Despite several initiatives to reduce unemployment in Nigeria, the number still remains gloomy. However, for the country to stem the tide, a long-term approach by encouraging an educational curriculum which places high premium on vocational skills and entrepreneurship among youths. This is one of the recommendations of a cross-section of stakeholders on sustainable development while speaking with Funke Adeyosoye on the need for the right template to reduce unemployment in the country.
And education is not quality when it's not productive. So the federal government has to go back to our institutions of training and invest more on vocational and skill institutions. A university graduate should be able to be independent and productive. The federal government should be able to introduce entrepreneurial education into our school curriculum so that we can get used to trading. We can get used to making an impact through trading. Then the technical institution at the junior cadre, the technical schools should be brought up to the line and they should come up again.
Unemployment in Nigeria is at alarming rates. And this is leading to some vices among the youth in Nigeria. I think it's a global problem, most especially in Nigeria, because most of the youth are redundant. Even with the certificate they have, they are not productive again.
Most of the youth, they are not ready to work. Most of them are looking for easy money to make. And But thirdly, none of them are showing many government and federal government programs. They want quick money. That's why you see them involving in Yahoo, all those stuff. But once they can believe that they embrace all those programs, and I'm very sure by the time they embrace all those programs with all sincerity, definitely the rate of unemployment will reduce drastically in this country.
But the issue on the ground is that to tackle the unemployment in Nigeria, like the federal government do say that they want to take, is it 1 million, 10 million unemployment out of the society, that they want to deal with poverty and here and there. That is why you see the federal government go in times of agriculture, because that is the only way that we can reduce poverty and then also to reduce unemployment in the country.
In the past, people read, students read a lot, but this thing can easily go into